What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Ironheart podcast. In today's video, we're going to be talking about hiring people for your business. Could be a creative business. I'm going to speak from my perspective of hiring people from a creative business and the pros and cons and things I've learned and things that you can pick up. Okay. So my name is Lungile and welcome to the Ironheart podcast. I'm super excited to talk about today's topic, and I'm excited to share my journey, my business journey in terms of running a video production agency, hiring people, and just that whole process. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about hiring. Okay, so I obviously run a small video production agency. It's like a creative agency. We do video marketing, work on films, work on TV shows, documentaries, that type of stuff. We also do a lot of advertising stuff. Okay, so something interesting that happened is I've been running the business for like 4.5 years now, and last year, probably like literally 9 months ago, I decided to hire some interns because I got to the point where I just realized that, as a one-man business, you're sort of capped in terms of your capacity. You can't really grow, you don't sleep, and you work really, really, really hard to try to get as much projects as possible. And sometimes you get triple booked. 3 people want to book you, and it doesn't really work. So I realized that, in order for my business to grow, I needed to begin to scale. I need to think about hiring. So what I did is I started looking for interns, and luckily I found like a program ran by a company called CDI. It's a funding organization based in Cape Town, and they were offering small business owners, a chance to hire an intern for like 9 months, and then they would pay partial costs for those interns, and then they would pay full costs for the first 3 months. After costs in the next 3 months, like you go 50-50 with the organization, and then the last 3 months you pay salaries in full. So it was nice because they kind of ease you into hiring someone. So the process was, I applied for that program, and then I got in and I got approved to get 2 interns. And what I did, I had to make a job description, and I posted online, and I got like 200 emails in like the space of like 4 days. And this just like overwhelmed me, and I had to take the post down and go through the CVs because it was just too many applications, and there were only 2 positions. So like you can imagine, in 4 days you get 200 applications. In a perfect world, you want to hire all of them, but you can't. So I'm strapped in terms of capacity and funds. So luckily, the process was I got those 200 CVs. I went through them and sifted them out until I brought them down to like 20 to 30 people. And I had to break it down again to like 15 people. And then I started doing interviews. So I did interviews, and then obviously, I Googled how to interview people, looked at their like the chemistry, how I am with them, things like that, their personalities, what they're looking for, and finally hired 2 interns, and that was great. It was a really new experience for me as a business owner. And it was really interesting, So some of the lessons that I've learned by hiring people in the last 9 months were really, really interesting, in the sense that, I learned how to give people briefs, to delegate, to manage people, to give people tasks, to even be stern. Like I've had moments where I had to be stern with people. I've had moments where I had to tell people not to mess around. I had moments where I had to give people warnings. And unfortunately, I also had a moment where I had to fire someone, which was not nice. You never want to do that, but I had to do that for the business. So it was a really, really interesting journey and a good journey for growth in terms of learning how to manage people, how to work with people, learning how to listen to people. Just because I'm the boss doesn't mean everything I say goes. And I think, yeah, something that I really did well, I think, was having a review with the employees every week. So I would meet with them and say, hey, let's talk about last week. What went well? What didn't work? What can I do to help you do your job better? You know, that gave me a lot of feedback and things I need to improve, things I could do better. And it also kept pulse on how they're feeling, and solving issues and communication and things like that. Oh, and by the way, like my employees were like remote, so we were working via Zoom. So like, jumping on Zooms every morning and then jumping on a Zoom around 3 o'clock just to view their work. And yeah, it was interesting. I mean, hiring interns is not easy. You think that you're just gonna get people and then you just know what to do. It's not really like that. You have to like manage them, you have to give them feedback, and you have to train them, you have to invest in them. So it's a really interesting process, and it's not like an autopilot thing. You hire them and they do what they know what to do. You have to train them. So I mean, those are the things that I learned, things that I went through hiring. So I mean, yeah, like I said, the biggest thing that I learned is that you should, well, first of all, don't trust CVs because people will sell you dreams when people send you CVs. Second of all, have a probation period if you're going to hire, make your first hire. And then also be stern, but learn to listen and be open minded. And then also ask them what they want so that there can be a, give and take. So that if they want to do a certain task, you can push them towards that task so that they're also growing. And it's also like learning to be mature, especially with like, the business's money. You can't be blowing it like willy nilly because you have to pay salaries. That was really, really daunting for me in terms of paying salaries and always making sure I have money and the stress of payroll, making sure, it was really hectic. But I mean, it's doable. Other people hire other people, other businesses grow. So it's just like a matter of figuring it out, paying their taxes, paying UIF, setting up PayYE, all of these things, making pay slips. Luckily, I got an accountant to help me with all of those things, setting up all those things, paying PayYE, paying UIF, and generating pay slips. And yeah, it has been an interesting journey, and now I've managed to retain one of them into my business, and I'm looking to grow more and hopefully hire more people as I go. But it's an interesting journey. It's not for the faint-hearted, but it definitely can help your business in terms of capacity, and you just need to invest in the people that you hire, and try to be a nice person and listen, but also be stern, in terms of your expectations and your KPIs. But yeah, that was really interesting. I hope you guys find this useful. I hope you guys like this video. And I hope it will help you one day if you ever decide you want to hire someone for your business. I hope it's great. Hope you learned something. If you listen to this podcast on Spotify or iTunes, please rate us or share this podcast with your friends. It'll really help us reach more people. If you're watching this on YouTube, please drop a comment because that would help me so much in terms of the YouTube algorithm. The more comments I get, the more exposure I get in terms of having this video reach other people. So drop a comment and let me know what's your best takeaway, or if you've hired someone, what was your experience? I'd really, really love to hear from you guys. Until next time, peace out.